What's up guys, Jim here, and today we're going to be installing an MSD two-step on the LT1 Trans Am. It's already got a line lock on it, so basically what I want to do is tie in the two-step function with the line lock so that when I'm at the track launching the car, I can, basically run both of those things at the same time, so that it's kind of basically like a launch controller, so that I can start slipping the clutch out a little bit so that I can load the suspension up before I launch the car, because I'm sure you guys have seen my videos of the track. It's not fucking pretty. I'm the first one to admit I'm no friggin' race car driver, but this shit right here should help me out, launching the car, because those launches that I do at the track is just fucking terrible. I can't drive this thing for shit, and I think part of the issue is, I'm sure most of the issue is me, but part of the issue is the clutch doesn't really catch until it comes up like an inch or two, at quite a bit, you know what I mean? So it's really hard to load the suspension and kind of get the revs the right way, and whatever. It's just a pain in the ass. Other people make it look really easy, and other people have just about as much of a bitch of a time as I do. So basically what I want to do is hook this fucking thing up so that when I use my horn, well, basically there's going to be a selector switch, so that the horn button is, when it's in one position, it's going to run the horn, and then when I switch the switch, when I hit the horn, it's going to run the two-step and the line lock. But I also want to hook it up so I can have my line lock, I have it right here, I drew it out, so that my line lock will still work on the existing switch, and that's what the relays are for, because if I hooked it up the other way, it would just turn my ignition box on, it would turn the two-step on with the line lock, and I don't want to do that when I'm doing burnouts, because when I'm doing fucking real good thick smoke America burnouts, I don't really want to be limited to the two-step. So, fucking America. So basically, like I said, we're gonna start putting this fucking shit in, but I got a little bit of planning to do first, because I really wanted to I wanted to put the two-step under the hood somewhere. I'll bring it over here. I wanted to put it under the hood. In the directions it said not to put it too close to the engine, which obviously. So then I started thinking about over here or something, and there's really not much room over there either with the friggin' airbox and shit. Maybe I could dunk it down in there somewhere, but I still need to be able to access the thing so I can change the settings on it, because you don't just set it and forget it. There's going to be a little trial and error period with this thing where I'm trying to find the right rev limit and shit. And yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is pull this thing out of the box, and hold on, I'll show you guys everything this came with. It's actually a pretty complete kit, and it'll work with pretty much any ignition system. They give you I'll show you. The harness with all the different wires on it, the power, the triggers, and all that shit. It gives you this magnetic pickup trigger that we're not going to use because we don't have that set up. And it gives you this bag of accessories right here with all kinds of friggin' wire connectors and, basically everything we need. But if we need more shit than that, I obviously have all my stuff. I got some extra wire right here, the right colors, because I fucking never use the right color. All the wiring in my car is blue, even the ground, so that's stupid. And I got all these connectors right here. I got some friggin' heat shrink tube. I got, soldering iron if we need that, but I think basically I'm going to use these connectors, just in case you want to pull this thing out or pull the harness or something. I really don't want to have to, start clipping wires and shit like that, especially if I've already soldered them. It's just stupid. So I'm going to use those connectors and, do it the right fucking way. So, yeah, I'm going to start just placing this thing around, and when I find a good spot for it, I'll bring you guys back in. I might actually end up just mounting it inside, probably on the transmission hump or something like that. At least if it goes right there, it'll stay cool, and I could access the friggin' controls on it. Right here, you can see right here, the max rev limit, the two-step limit, all that shit. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you guys back in. Alright guys, so after an hour of playing with all kinds of different spots, I chose this spot. It seems like it's the easiest spot to mount it, and I also have access to the controls back here, and the wiring harness is, I think it's long enough to get wherever I gotta go. I might not even have to friggin' extend anything, so that'd be cool as shit. I actually tried to mount it on this thing. It looked really fucking cool, and I took this thing and I shoved it under there. But with the air filter coming through like right here, it just like wasn't working out, and it's too bad because it really looked friggin' perfect right there. And then I was gonna put it inside the cab. I mean inside the car in there, and then I don't know, that didn't seem to work out either. It just seemed like it would have been too much of a pain in the ass. I think it's probably the best place is probably to mount it inside so it's not so hot. But on the instructions that MSD provides, it says just don't put it right next to the exhaust or anything like that. It says you can put it under the hood, just, you know, don't put it in direct contact with the motor. So it should be fine, I assume. Should be fine. I don't think there'd be a problem. It doesn't get super hot in this fucking engine anyways. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna start running the wires. I found the horn wire down here. I don't know if you can see in there, but anyways, the horn is right there. So I'm gonna interrupt the horn wire, go to my first relay, and after I do all this shit, I'll explain to you guys how it works. And if you want, here I'll show you the wiring diagram. So if you want to try to do something like this yourself, you can just pause the video, copy the wiring diagram, and you'll be on your way. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is mount that thing down like I said, and then find somewhere to put these relays, and then I'm gonna go from there. Start wiring all this fucking crap up. Is that right? Alright, so I got the relays mounted right back here, which is pretty tricky because it stays with, you know, all the other friggin' electrical shit. And then I mounted the ignition box right over here. It's a perfect spot, I think. I followed the angle of the relay box just so it looks a little better. I would have rather had the angle of the strut towel, but it just didn't look right. And then I wouldn't be able to get to the settings. So yeah, so I already if you see over here the main relay, I already wired up the main relay into the horn. So now I just gotta friggin' put the output of the blue wire back to the horn so that when this is in the normally closed position that I have the horn. And then when I flip the switch, it's gonna go to the accessory, the red one, which is gonna light up these two relays, and it's gonna hit the 12 volt for the two-step, and it's gonna hit the line lock. So yeah, this is getting pretty lit. So I'm just gonna friggin' make up another couple connections. I don't really want to sit here and friggin', you know, crimp connections, showing you guys crimping connections, because that's not what this video is for. It's not a friggin' exercise in how to put your electronics together. It's just a friggin' killer video to show you how to hook up your two-step. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on wiring, and then once I feel I should bring you guys in, I'll bring you guys back in, right? Alright, so the main relay right here is going to be fed from the switch that's on the switch plate in my ashtray, the spare switch that I have in there. So basically the main relay just switches between the horn and the two-step function. So I wired up the coil, the ground of the coil, to come basically right through here. And you can see, basically I'm going to ground that coil out with a switch. So I got the wire right there. Whoop. And I guess I should have pulled this before I brought you guys in here. But I have, so this is my switch plate. I got the line lock right here, which I want to work all by itself without having the two-step function, which is why I have to have the relays in the circuit. So that's going to stay. The cutouts, obviously that opens my cutout. The fans high and low. This last switch right here, it says nitrous. I don't know, that's a fucking stupid nitrous switch, but that's the way the switch plate comes from the place that I ordered it from. So this right here is the switch that I'm going to use to switch between the horn and the two-step. So basically, I'm going to pull this friggin' center console piece up, and I got to take the ball off the shifter. Pull the center console up. And like I was telling you guys earlier, I wired everything with friggin' blue wire because that's just what I had laying around. And in hindsight, that was pretty fucking stupid because I can't tell between a hot in the ground and a switched leg or fucking anything because they're all blue. So obviously all my new wiring, I do right. I don't even know why I did this. It was stupid. Either way, the switch terminals that I need are right there. You guys probably can't see. Right there. So all I got to do is hook this black wire up to one of those, and then the other one goes to ground, which I already have a ground down here for one of the other switches. Right there. Yeah. So I'm going to fucking get that done and move on to the next step. Alright, so I've been dicking around with these relays for like a couple hours now, and I wanted to make sure I got all the wires tucked away and looking nice. So all the relays are wired up, the switch inside the car is wired up. So now all that's left on the relay is the leads for the line lock and the lead for the two-step activation. So now all that wiring is done. So now I'm glad I did the hard wiring first because this is actually the easy part. So essentially, to be honest, most of these don't even get used. This one goes to the coil. These two thick black and reds, these ones go directly to battery. And then the red and the white, those go to the coil wires for the car, not the coil itself. The coil wire, the trigger, and the 12 volt. And then the blue wire gets hooked up to the two-step relay, and that should pretty much be it. So basically, like I said, like I did with the relays over there, I'm just gonna find a nice clean path to run these wires, get those bitches over there, and shit, we're just about wrapping this thing up. Then I gotta put it back together. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hook up the battery first, hook up those two relays, and fucking should be it. This is getting hype. I can't wait to use this fucking thing. Obviously, I was saying earlier, you guys obviously you've seen my videos of me at the track. I either bog down or I spin the tires because I just can't I can't get the clutch play right with the RPMs. So basically I'll be able to mash the pedal to the floor, hold the when I hold the two-step activation on, it's going to hold the line lock too. So I'll be able to bring the clutch up a little bit and load the drive line. And as soon as that light turns green, I just let go of the clutch and the horn at the same time, and I'm fucking gone. So, yeah, it's going to be fucking hype. I actually can't wait to get to the track this year, because it's going to be... Hopefully I'll actually be in the 12s, because the reason I have such a shitty time is the fucking launch. I'm just not that great of a race car driver, guys. I never claimed to be, but it's fun. I like doing it, so... yeah, I'm going to get back to this shit. Alright guys, so I finally got all the wires buttoned up. Everything's connected where it's supposed to go. I ran through the checklist and made sure that everything is what it's supposed to be. And hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. I mean, I don't think so. It took me a little while to come up with this diagram, so I followed it through and really made sure it's going to work. So I'm pretty confident in my work, and whatever, we'll make it go. And so I'm just going to put the rest of this shit in here, and then we're going to take her out to Mexico and do a couple test hits. Word. Alright boys, we out here in Mexico. Hopefully the federales don't come through. We're about to test this fucking thing out. I just did a quick thing and scared the shit out of my wife. She's over here shitting herself. She's gonna record it so I can do this fucking thing. So basically what I'm gonna do is, you can see right here, I hit the horn, and it's the horn. Then I hit the button, and it's not the horn anymore, it's the two-step and the line lock. So what I'm gonna do is just put this thing in gear, set the horn down, and just let her rip. Then I'm gonna lift the clutch up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna let go of the horn and the clutch at the same time, and it should be pretty fucking dope. So my wife's gonna hold the camera. Hold it steady.
took off my fucking seatbelt. I thought I was supposed to stay still.
Alright, so I guess I scared the shit out of her. You saw that reaction, guys. I guess she didn't think the car was going to go forward. I'm not quite sure why she thought that. But, yeah, this thing works like a fucking dream. You heard the reaction from my wife. Oh, and look at that face. She's pissed now. Let me see you laugh. Come on, that was good.
That was great.
That was good. That was good, guys. That was fucking good. So, yeah, that worked out just how I wanted it to. So, if you liked the video, give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. And catch you guys in the next one. Peace.